everyone, and welcome to our presentation. Today we'll be covering how our social well-being relates directly to leisure and aging well. But before we get too far into our presentation, let's first cover what social well-being really is.
Social well-being is composed of two major concepts: social adjustment and social supports. Social adjustment is the combination of satisfaction within relationships or problems, which includes performance in social participation and behavior and involves adjusting to one's social environment. Social supports, on the other hand, relates to the number of contacts in one's social network and overall satisfaction within these concepts. Most social interactions happen during leisure time, and therefore leisure plays a significant and vital role in the development of social skills, building social support networks, and developing and strengthening connections and relationships, and giving opportunities for many social benefits to be realized, which are essential to the well-being of all individuals, especially older adults.
Importance and benefits of promoting social well-being. Gilmore's study states the following: social ties encourage health-promoting behaviors, for example, physical activity and seeking medical care. Another benefit is that there are positive psychological effects of social connectedness, so feelings of self-efficacy, sense of meaning and purpose, and better mental health. Next, the greater number of frequent social activities, the higher the odds of positive self-perceived health and lower the odds of loneliness. Also, there is a reduced risk of mortality, disability, and depression, better cognitive health, self-related health, and health-related behaviors. And finally, social participation in meaningful activities and maintaining close relationships is a major component of successful aging.
Social interaction improves social well-being. Browington and her colleagues conducted a study on 14 men aged 64 to 93 with the intended purpose of exploring older men's experiences within social activities and the important benefits in which these social interactions can provide to one's overall health and well-being. The study found that participants within social leisure activities provided the men with several different benefits. All the participants within the study stated that their experiences within the coffee group became something meaningful and important to their everyday life, as it provided them with an emotional outlet, social engagement, social connectedness, a sense of belonging, and allowed for fun and enjoyment. The men found with being a part of the coffee group allowed for them to have an expansion within their social circles rather than a reduction, which is commonly seen among older adults after retirement, as older adults typically disconnect from their community and society after retiring due to their current levels of functioning and changing within their health. Overall, the study found that engagement within the coffee group allowed for overall quality of life and social well-being to be improved, as the participants felt more connected to one another and to their community, and that they had a purpose and something that they look forward to doing each and every day. As TRs, it's important to offer social interactions and programming, as it allows for older adults to maintain and develop new meaningful interactions and friendships within their peers. With offering social programming such as coffee groups allows for older adults to develop a sense of belonging, social engagement, social connectedness, and an emotional outlet in an environment in which they feel safe, valued, and trusted, which in turn increases the participants' overall well-being and health, which leads to an increased quality of life.
Our next study, entitled Social and Leisure Activity Profiles and Well-Being Among the Older Adults, a longitudinal study, studied the beneficial effects of social and leisure activities on the well-being of aging people. It was stated that involvement within social and leisure activities are contributing factors of successful aging and the social well-being of older adults. Leisure is more than a goal. It allows individuals to keep health, to maintain cognitive abilities, and to preserve their youth through a variety of social activities. Social leisure activities can assist older individuals to cope with and resist the cumulative risk factors imposed through the aging process. Participants who were more socially active had greater satisfaction of time, occupation, and self-esteem and less depressive symptoms.
Community involvement improves social well-being. Jones and colleagues conducted a study with the main purpose of evaluating the associations between participants in community-based activities and the psychosocial well-being and health-related behaviors of older adults. The study involved 10 different organizations in which delivered leisure-related social activities and showed that the participants gained positive benefits from the involvement within these activities. The study also found that group-based activities within the community can perform an important role in supporting the health improvement and well-being of older adults who experience poor health and other forms of social disadvantages. As therapeutic recreation specialists, it is important to focus on social aspects of health and well-being through implementing programming that is inclusive, fun, non-judgmental, and person-centered, while focusing on reducing stress and anxiety by increasing physical activity and confidence building, while encouraging the development of friendships, social networks, and local community participation. Within the article, there is a few examples of successful group programming that promoted the social well-being of older adults, and they are arts and craft activities and friendship-building activities such as a group textile project, chair exercise groups, and grow and cook groups, which is a cooking class teaching recipes while using produce from a local community garden. Lastly, it's important to promote social well-being as an underlying and central objective for most activities.
Our last and final peer-reviewed article shows that social profiles of participants confirm that older adults have fewer social contacts and often feel lonely. The objective of the research was to investigate the relationship between social isolation and leisure activities with a view to developing effective strategies to create opportunities for social connectedness and thereby improve the quality of life of older adults. Most public policy tends to focus on the physical issues of aging and tends to ignore the social issues such as isolation. The study found that leisure activities such as volunteering, sports, reading, shopping, and other hobbies played a significant part of older adults' social connectedness, while watching TV, listening to the radio, and computer activities were not associated with social connectedness. The following correlations were identified in persons playing a role in participation in various activities which increase social connectedness. Friends correlate positively to participation in leisure activities. Partners play a role in participation in cultural activities and sports. Parents play a role in participation in volunteering and holidays. Siblings play a role in volunteering and sports. Children play a role in cultural activities, reading books, and shopping. Findings of the study can be used by TRs and organizations and communities to develop programs to increase social connectedness and through this improve the quality of life of older adults. TR implications. TRs should promote older adults to make adaptive choices to preserve and maintain their social outgoing leisure behavior, like dining together with others, reading, gardening, volunteering, cultural activities, sports, the use of the internet, and shopping are all activities which have given evidence of being able to assist older adults to remain active and help alleviate loneliness. Also promote volunteer interaction, family interaction, intergenerational interaction, and patient-resident to patient-resident interaction.
Now we have 3 quiz questions which are based off of peer-reviewed articles involving social well-being in older adults which have been shared throughout the presentation. Our first quiz question is, true or false, older adults can persevere and maintain their social outgoing behaviors by making adaptive choices? If you said true, you are correct.
Our second quiz question is, what are the 2 major concepts of social well-being? A. Social support and social exchange. B. Social relationships and social adjustment. C. Social adjustment and social support. D. Social networks and leisure. E. None of the above. If you answered C, your answer is correct.
Now for our last quiz question. True or false? Most social interactions happen during leisure time, and therefore leisure plays a significant role in social well-being. If you said true, then you are correct.
The forum discussion question that we came up with is how can involvement in leisure positively impact the social well-being and quality of life of an older adult? Include an example of a social activity and how it might be meaningful and beneficial through the perspective of the social domain.
This is the end of our presentation. We would just like to thank everyone for listening to our presentation today, and we hope that you've learned something in terms of social well-being and the important role in which it plays to older adults and their quality of life and overall well-being.